My
We are
son.
officially recording.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Is that Dennis yelling at Drake?
Uh-huh.
Why are you here?
Can you guys hear what I hear?
Oh, wait, I hear Dennis, I don't know, playing with Drake, it sounds like.
Can you, like, hear the YouTube?
Nope.
Oh, cool. I don't think it's going to work then. Maybe it's just in my headphones.
It's possible.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Anyway, I am just so in love with this.
What's the song called?
Try Everything. I just love it.
By who?
Shakira.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody then will need to look up that song.
The main thing in there that we all should remember as coaches is birds don't just fly, they fall down and then get up. Like, oh, that song just like speaks to me.
I gotta pull my paper out so I can make some notes on the back of my paper.
Love it.
Okay, so do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? I think when we talked, you were kind of focusing on jumping into 2017. I'm kind of focusing on closing out 2016, so maybe we'll do it chronologically.
There you go. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just a little raw and real over here, but it'll be fun.
Then I don't need any note. Then I don't need to take any notes right now. I'm just gonna talk.
Sure.
Okay, so this, like, my big thing right now is I took kind of a break in my business for the last 2 months. I like hardly touched Beachbody and everything. So coming from somebody who like kind of stepped away and is getting back in it, it's important to have a year-end like game plan. If you haven't listened to the National Wake Up Call this past Monday with Jimmy Hayes, and he's Coach Jimmy on Facebook if you need to find him because he does some cool ads and stuff on his like page. But he talked a little bit about having a year-end game plan. Like, don't count out 2016 yet. You've still got, we're on what, the 15th today? So you still got 16 days left in the month. And it's not time to like say, okay, 2016 is down for the count. I'm just going to look forward. You know, I'm going to hit Success Club next month. Like, you've still got 16 days. So what he was saying on the National Wake Up Call was he did Insanity, and so I can relate to this because Insanity is my jam. In Insanity, Shaun T gets to a point in the round where he says 3, 2, 1, and then you get your 10-second water break. And it's funny because you have that 3, 2, 1, 10-second water break, but it's like 3, 2, 1, grab your water and we're back in it. So that's kind of how he related 2016 to 2017. Right now you're in the 3, 2, 1 of 2016. You're almost ending it, but the difference between somebody who makes the most out of it and gets the best results in Insanity are the people who do 3 more tuck jumps in that 3, 2, 1, as opposed to the person who hears 3 and stops. You get more results if you push through the hard stuff, if you push through the last few seconds. So I'm focusing on, I was telling Ashlee on our call yesterday, I've not quite started planning for 2017 yet because I'm focusing on the last of 2016. I'm in my 3, 2, 1. So here's my year-end game plan that I'm giving to you guys. First and foremost, you need to run a free group of some sort. Now, I decided to do mine the day after Christmas till New Year. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a buns and guns challenge. I'm just taking some of my favorite, like, you know, I like squats and lunges and some arm workouts and kind of showing people if you don't have weights what you can do instead of things like that. I'm putting together a little a meal plan, I guess. It's going to be kind of based on the 21-day fix containers. I'm going to say, here are your options of ingredients. Select something from each category at each meal. Something simple like that. Give them some snack ideas. And then, you know, per my usual, tons of motivation, encouragement, and positive affirmations because that's my jam. So you need to run a free group of some sort before the month is out. You can do a Buns and Guns challenge if you're on my team, so you guys can jump into mine and add your people into that if you want. Crock pot recipes are good. A free clean eating group is always good. For me, I know that people, right, Ashlee and I got a Shakeology sample group starting Monday. There's also, you know, you can do a positive affirmation group. You can do a prayer group. There's tons of things. You have to, like, dig deep inside and say, okay, My target market is me. So who needs what I need? Who needs what I have to offer? And find a clean eating group that jams with you, because that's going to jam with your target market. So run a free, whether it's 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, pick something, run a free group this month. Second, to hit Success Club in the last 16 days of the month. Excuse me, let me get a sip of my water, y'all. It's not always easy when you're not consistently inviting all month long. And I know that. If you choose to start 10 conversations a day, so number 2 and number 3 go together. Number 2 is invite. Number 3 is start 10 conversations a day. If you're starting 10 conversations every day, whether they're straight up invites or, hey, how you doing? Want to check on you and the kids, something simple like that, it's going to lead into what you have going on eventually if you keep the conversation flowing. Conversations flow by asking questions. Be them focused. Ask what they are doing, what they're, how their holidays going, what are their kids getting for Christmas. There's tons of questions you can ask about other people as long as you stay focused on them. So as you're starting your 10 conversations, if you're pushing to hit Success Club by the end of the month, invite to the health bet. So Beachbody is nice enough to give us a $3 million cash prize pool. They're splitting it up equally among anybody who participates. Now, the deal is, I tell my challengers or the people I'm talking to, the rule is you have to have a workout. They have to be in the My Challenge Tracker app. They have to log a workout 3 times a week, and they have to log Shakeology 5 times a week, and their Shakeology has to include a picture. So it's not like they can just be like, hey, I drank Shakeology today and just not post it. Like, we're using the tracker app so Beachbody can keep track of it. But the prize pool is starting at $3 million. For every challenge pack sold, it goes up a little bit more. By the time the health bet comes around, it very well could be up to $4 million with all the coaches that are pushing at the end of the month. So invite to that. Like, who doesn't? Okay, you invest $140, but once you're going to do 30 days with us, you're going to do a workout, you're going to drink Shakeology, and oh, guess what? You just got results. Hey, you lost 10 pounds in 30 days. That's great. Here's cash money for doing that, courtesy of Beachbody. So invite to the health bet. And then the last one I had, which technically should have been the first one, is commit to a program 100%. I've talked about this before. I don't believe in hybrid programs. I don't believe in mixing Insanity with P90X. I don't believe in mixing 21 Day Fix and Body Beast. I just don't need to. If you follow the program, you follow the nutrition guides, there is no reason start to finish one of the programs can't work 100%. If there's hundreds and hundreds of coaches getting results out there from start to finish, you don't need a hybrid either. That's my personal opinion. So when you commit to you commit to 100% in a program, you're being proof that the product works. Okay, you can't, now unless you're going to do a 3-day refresh, if you were to start today, you wouldn't be able to show results before the end of the month, but you could do a 1-week progress. Oh, I lost 3 pounds this week doing 21 Day Fix. I lost, 4 pounds in 2 weeks, whatever. The point is to show people that the products are working by working on you. Our business isn't just to show others a healthier way, but our job is to lead by example. The last thing I have is I wanted to share one quote that Jimmy shared on the National Wake Up Call that, it just rocked me. I was like, man, that's really good. So he was talking about starting 10 conversations a day. At the time, it was 20 days left in the month. And if you started 10 conversations a day for 20 days, that gives you 200 people you talk to. Just talk to. If you didn't get them in a challenge group, if they didn't want to join your challenge group, your no's in December are going to be January and February's yeses because you planted that seed. So he said, are you willing to turn over 52 cards? So like a deck of cards. Are you willing to turn over 52 cards to find your 4 aces? So not everybody's going to say yes to you, but in a deck of 52 cards, there are 4 aces. Are you willing to talk to enough people to find who you need to be in your next challenge group, to be your next diamond on your team, whatever the case may be? So don't write off 2016 just yet. Push through the end. And there's literally like 16 days. You have all the time in the world to still hit Success Club. No doubt about it. That's what I got.
It was really good.
She applauded me.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. So, any questions so far? No comments? All right.
Go for it.
Okay, so I was on the Bombshell Surge last night, and that was awesome. So you got to listen to that if you haven't. And I'm just going to take little bits and pieces of that, but then tie it into my own coaching experience in a nutshell. So I am speaking to those who want to be business builders more so. There's just the basics that a coach or even just a hobby coach, you guys, that we need to understand. There's different levels of being a coach, and just to maintain, your business, or as the lady said in here, I think Keisha said that just to maintain it, just to keep the light on per se, like this is our business, and just to maintain it, we have to just be doing these vitals. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like if you're struggling through them, then that's like a personal thing. And trust me, I've been there. And I'm like, no, I don't need to do, PD. I don't need to always get in that workout or sometimes even Shaco, you guys. But like, you see yourself pulling backwards a little bit, and then you get in this mindset, for me, I mean, that's a personal thing, and just trying to cope with life. I don't know. Just to maintain your coaching, I would say you got to get your PD in, you got to get your workout, you got to get your Shaco. You have to post on social media. For me, sometimes it's just way too much to do the 333. I got my like page, and then I got my Facebook page, and then I have my Instagram. Like those are my favorites. That keeps it so simple. And then tapping into your fives. So fives. So for me, it's like faith and family, and I enjoy healthy living and being in nature, so adventure and traveling and that kind of stuff. And that's what I show and share, so people don't like hit the snooze button or get, I've heard so many times, quote unquote, like irritated with your stuff. I even heard that from one of my challengers. I'm like, you're not even a coach yet. Like, just balance that in there. But anyway, just being truly authentic to yourself. And other people know when you're just kind of holding back and you're beating around the bush. And I think for me, I got to get kind of vulnerable here. Like I have this wall up, you guys. And it's something that I keep fighting through, that I don't always let myself shine. I hold back for whatever reason, and sometimes it's unconscious. And people are like, you're beating around the bush. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to explain myself, or I don't know. Again, PD, personal development, find something that works for you, or talk with, your success partner or those who uplift you, reach out to them, but come with a purpose and try to come up with a plan. That's the thing, taking action into your words. Otherwise they're just words and you're waiting years like I have. Don't do that. Okay. So, but for this business builder, this is where we're going to amp it up. I mean, it's just kind of like not beating the dead horse, but amping up your business. Like this next year, one of my goals is SC5, like non-negotiable. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have to get SC5. That's just basic stuff. Like that's it. Like they're just saying, like it's just non-negotiable. To amp it up from there, then that's SC10 or 8 or like 10 and go up like that. No, SC5 is just basic. That means you're reaching out to people. And I think it was Miguel on there. He said, yeah, how do you attract other leaders? How do you even get coaches? Just real basic. I know I'm kind of jumping around, but focus. We're good. You just have to become one. Like that means, for me, that means to do live videos on your Facebook, whether it's just teaching somebody what you're like making for dinner or just hopping on there being real. Like I'm gonna do earlier, like I ate almost a whole frozen pizza for dinner. Just what happened, that life balance, but whatever. It was really good. All these, by the way, I don't know. Okay. But yeah, and Sharon just teaching others. There's a big difference there, and PD can help you. But like a boss, invite. This is like amping up your business. This is being that business builder. Your invites. This is this is what you have to do, you guys. You like pretty much have to do a free group, because it really helps show that people, you're not just in this for the money. If we are like get rich quick, it just, you're not in the right place here, you know. Like we're in this to help people and with our heart and our soul and pour into people and just overall help. But yeah, that's where those free groups come in. And stay committed. No matter if nobody posts, like everybody says yes, they want to be there, nobody posts in there, you have to show up every day. You are that leader, leading by example. That is so crucial. I've been in a couple groups like that, and I'm just like, you know, and they'll see, like on Facebook, you'll see like, oh, you know, 34 people have seen it. Have they really? They might have, but they might have like, but you got to show up. That is like leader mode. Then, so this is how I do my invite. So it's like free group, challenge groups, what is coaching? And I kind of go in that order. Actually, I go challenge groups, then free groups, then what is coaching, because I do challenge groups and people are like, I don't have enough money, you know, all the objections in the world. And then I'll be like, well, I've got a free group coming up. Would you want to be in that? And they're like, yeah. And then they like really get involved. And then you plug them into a community page, where it's like an ongoing challenge group for them. Again, showing up. There's all these groups, but you got this, you guys. Like, take a breath. There's all this information. There's so much information out there. You have to find what speaks to you most, and that's what we're getting into next is goals. So how to amp this up going into 2017. Goals are huge. This is your life, but then it's your lifestyle. I kind of, every time I say like, oh, you have to do what's right for you and your lifestyle. Yes, to a point, because your lifestyle may not be where you want it to be. You know, like for me, I'm a bit lazy. I don't want to sleep. I do want to sleep in a lot of times. I don't want that to be my lifestyle. I wish as humans we didn't have to sleep, but you know, God, like, I don't know. So there's so much good to be done in the world and help. But anyway, so yeah, free groups. And with that, Nina was commenting on there, the free groups. I'm doing a water challenge group where I actually give out water bottles. You guys, I don't know if you have ShopGo by you or just like any grocery or stores. How cute is this? I'm going to be giving this away. All they have to do for 5 days is post one picture of themselves and their water. And I tell them, you know, have your water intake for it has to be specific to you. So I figured that out with them. I'm like, this is your weight, you know, divided into 2. That's how many ounces of water you're supposed to drink. And they don't have to share their ounces. They just take a picture of themselves or a picture of their water bottle on their desk, and they just share that in the group. But then a little twist in there too. I don't know if he'll get too complicated, but I'm like, you know, tie into like fitness into that too. So it's a water focus with a fit, I don't know, bonus or something, where I'm going to be giving them workouts and recipes and different things of water. So just pumping so much like awesome information, which keeps the group alive. But yeah, so that's my idea there. Let's see here. How are we doing on time?
It hasn't given us the 10-minute warning yet, so go for it.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So that'll be for like 5-7 days, however many there. But yeah, the same time for Nina is that, end of Christmas into the new year, which is crucial. The recipes that I'll be sharing, for me, I love junk food. I love like ice cream and chips and all that. So like if I can make healthy eating food, like those waffles, not the greatest, by the way, I'll get you that recipe, Nina. But yeah, anyway.
Share the mug cake. You can totally share my blog. That mug cake is the bomb. And if my microwave worked, I would probably have one like every day.
Oh my gosh, I know. See, and that's another thing too. Thank you for mentioning that. Like that is another thing on my list of all these little itty bitty papers all over. Like, no, find yourself a nice notebook, like a PD. I've got so many other to keep it all organized. I want to get into the swing of things with my blog, but it stresses me out. And it's like, I've listened to a Ashlee Johnson on there, and she's like, if you're doing all these things, stop and do what works for you. Like, just put it on hold and you have to. Okay. I told myself in the beginning of this year as a coach, and like my son was going to be 2 in July, this past July, now he's 2.5. I told myself this year, this is the year of healthy living. This is the year to stay committed. And I that's my wish for you to like really take hold in the 2017. Commit to that program. I mean, I've completed over like 9 programs this year, you guys, and like I show for it. And then that's how people get inspired. Yeah. And so getting vulnerable, let's go with goals here. Getting vulnerable. There's a difference of just being like, oh my gosh, this is what happened. And those posts, those people who just share a bunch and it's almost like they're just complaining and they're getting nowhere. And it's a pity party. I've kind of been having that lately with some of my friends, but you just got to show them love. Excuse me. This is what was covered last name bombshell call. And it totally makes sense. And it's almost like, let's go back to English class and how do you tell a story? But this is how we do it for coaching. And it's super simple. So how to get vulnerable on your Facebook. Very specific. 3 things. Number 1, what happened? Whatever happened that bothered you. Keep it real brief though, don't ever mention names of people. Just be like, one person, one time, or just like vulnerable. Tell about how you're feeling, whether it be food, your workout, your life balance with being a working mom and taking care of the kids. Like we're all here, right? Like it's raw and real and those dishes are piling up. Like, but then, okay, so what happened? Number 2, what'd you do about it? What'd you do? Like, did you get angry? Are you going to share that vulnerability and be like, look, I got angry. I was mad. I was yelling. Like that is raw and real and people like gravitate to that because it's the truth. Okay. We're not perfect. Don't try to be, like perfectly imperfect. Okay, number 3, and this is the last one. How did you overcome it? How did you overcome that situation? Or some ways, you guys, you may not have come over, you may not have gotten through that. But then in that post, be like, you just type this out. I am actually going to be working on these 3 things, and I hope that they work out for me. I'm just trying to figure this life thing out because life happens. I love this. This is my like new 2016, whatever. Life happens. It's inevitable. Like it's just rolling with those dang punches.
If you need somebody to look at like somebody like example of getting real vulnerable, I definitely suggest going to Lindsay Stay's Facebook profile. She is so good at being super vulnerable and raw with her people. And she's like, look, this is what I've been going through. I've tried A, B, C, and D. I shared that with you as I tried it. It didn't work for me. So now this is where I'm at. So if you just don't copy her post because they're word for word. They're hers. They're her heart. But if you need an example of how to like format, this is what I'm going through and I want to share that with you. So maybe you can learn something from it too. She's like my go-to girl.
See, I love that. I love that. That's so true. But then also a little tidbit in there that I see of a slight red flag, at least for me in my early months of coaching, even up to about four months ago. Like, you just keep learning, right? And I catch myself. I even caught myself today. Don't compare yourself to
Right.
others. That is so huge. I don't care if it's for fitness. I don't care if it's like, oh, there's so many coaches. No, there's not that many Beachbody coaches out there, you guys. Like, you are so important and you're here for a reason. I love this I don't know if you want to call it a quote or whatever, from Miguel. He said, God does not give big fights to little soldiers. We are soldiers. We handle so much. And do we make it through? We do, some way or another. Like, I have been through a lot. And that's actually like one of my goals is to be, for 2017, is to be really vulnerable. And with that, I'm going to look at Katie's example of when she had that mishap with her ex. And because I can write a book, let me tell you, like, I can write a long book on Facebook, and nobody wants to read your book on Facebook. So a good chunk, but then transfer that to the blog, and that's where you'll get people start reading. So that's how I'm going to do that. But yeah, goals. Let's talk your goals. This is just the basic things of goals. Number one of goals, you have to find goals for your own career, whether that be Beachbody or your other job or yeah. Then number two is financial goals. That one I got to tap into more because it's like, I want to learn in the back office, the different, like leadership ladder and all of that business. And you think, I don't have that down. Like, I need to learn all that stuff yet. And then that's how I know I can propel my business. Cause it's like, you can be like, I want to be a business builder and, help as many people as I can. And like in the process, yeah, you make money, but like, no, you have to have a plan and know where you're going and how to get there and set deadlines and specific and measurable goals. Number three would be intellectual. So that would be like your personal development. For me, I am really not a book person. I like the ideas of books. I've been on a book for about 2 years now. And figure it out. But yeah, that's my goal for 2017. Finish my damn book. Finish my book. It's right here. This is a really good one, by the way. This is like $7 at Barnes & Noble. I should have picked up more. I picked up 3 and I gave them to 3 of my coaches. But yeah, Brian Tracy, change that thing. You change that. Oh, it's really good. That's a good one. Easy read too. I gotta make that time. We have the time. Don't be lazy on your Facebook scrolling, Instagram. What? It's like, stop. Okay. Anyway. Okay. 4, family. Your goals for your family. Family trips or family activities you can do at home. I mean, Pinterest is amazing for that kind of stuff. Like, beyond amazing. But you guys, with that, when you're trying to do your planning, set a timer. Set a 15-minute timer, because I could waste hours on that kind of stuff. And one topic. Okay. Number 5 is social. And make the plan, you guys, in your goals to see more friends, see your friends a month. Be like, hey, we haven't seen each other, meet up with a family member or cousin, whatever.
10 minutes.
Cool. 2 more left. And then physical, physically, what is your goal? Like, yes, healthier lifestyle, but then planning out, your meal prep for the week, and like, it'll become a habit and become easier after a while. And that's how you lose your weight, because your body just gets rid of the junk. It's just that simple. 30-minute exercise, total nutrition. And then lastly, spiritual. Whether you go to church or believe in a higher power, go sit out in nature, whatever, you're just something like feeds your soul, and you just got to deal with that. So, ask yourself, am I working towards these goals or am I falling behind? If you're falling behind, then it's like you got to find, like, just you need to take a break, whether it's a day break from social media to just give yourself a breather, or I don't know, like a weekend's break, but know that your sacrifices now are going to determine your goals results. So that's what I have. You just be real, show up. Yeah.
The thing I wanted to like add a couple things to what you said. The first thing is that don't think that just because you host a free group, you're going to get Success Club points out of it. Now, I do believe that free groups set you up for your challenge group. Like, you can run your 5-day free group and say, okay, this is just a small snippet of what I actually do. To get the full effect, you need to join my challenge group. That's great. Don't expect, because you run a free group, though, that means Success Club points. But I do literally, free groups are an investment in the people you're helping. They're setting you up to plant seeds, but your heart has to be in it. Like, you have to just want to help them and not think, I'm going to get a Success Club point out of this some way, somehow. And the other thing is that I don't remember where I wrote it down at, but your 3 vitals, like, when Ashlee was talking about doing all the extra stuff, like your blog and things like tap into the 3 most important things that this business, like, that you have to do for your business. You have to work out and drink your shake. You have to do your invites, and you have to read or listen to personal development. If you don't like reading, get Audible, listen to the book. If you don't like reading, get on YouTube and pull up a Melanie Mitro video. Like, there's other options for you. But, like, tapping into those 3 vitals are the most important thing you can do for your business. Outside of that, if you think you have to do a blog, you don't. For me, I didn't even start building my Instagram or my like page until this year, and I really don't do that actively. You know, I literally have my Instagram connect to my like page so that whatever I post on Instagram, it goes to my like page and I don't have to think about it. Like, there are ways to build without, putting all your effort there. So just think about that. And those goals that Ashlee was talking about, they're from Dave Ramsey's book, EntreLeadership. If you haven't read it, read it. It's very, very good. I read it at the beginning of 2015. I read it at the beginning of this year. It's really good. And it's like, no matter what business level you're at, whether you're a brand new coach just starting out or you've been in the business for 5 years, like, that book is just the bomb. It's really good. So that's all I wanted to add. Angelina, did you have any questions, comments, concerns? You got 6 minutes before it times us out.
Okay. One question, Ashlee, you brought up 5s. What are your 5s? What do you mean by 5s? How do you develop your 5s?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that is just basically what are you passionate about in life? What do you like to do? Some people are into, like fashion or DIY or...
Ashlee, what are your 5?
Yeah, so
what are yours?
Mine are faith, family, so family activities, healthy living, but mine are like branches because it's like healthy living, and then there's nutrition and fitness with that for me. Yeah.
I mean, healthy living, I think, is in everybody. Like, for me, I categorize mine faith, family, fitness, fun, and freedom. Those are mine. Those were mine. I've recently adopted Jessica Pessola's mindset, and I share hope, health, and heart.
Okay.
I mean, Katie has a whole training on what your 5s are. When you're a brand new coach, my advice is think about the 5 top things that you most gravitate towards on Pinterest. When I first started, it was motivational quotes, it was DIY, it was my family, and then obviously health and fitness, because, I mean, you're a freaking health and fitness coach. So, you know what I mean? But think about the things you most gravitate towards on Pinterest if you don't know where to start. And then kind of as you go and you get your voice, I think you develop it a little bit different. Would you say that, Ashlee? Like, you started with one thing and you're kind of somewhere else now?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, everybody just those like 5 F's or whatever, but it's like mine's the healthy living and getting into all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking my art and moving it over to my business page because I think that is going to bring in a good crowd, like a crowd that caters towards what I like.
I mean, I think your art and your kids and stuff like that's a big part of who you are.
Yeah.
And I think that the most important thing that you can do in this business is like, if the point is to share, like we're not selling, we're sharing. So share who you are, and it'll attract the people that are like you that need this business for the same reasons you needed it.
I have my question.
Yeah, did that help at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just that's like a soul search. That's what you have to get into. That way people don't get one way or another. Because you're just sharing your heart. And if it's not for them, well, that's on them, not on you. That's the biggest thing. You have to take that away.
Do you have any other questions? Because we have 2 minutes.
I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks for the call.
If you have any more questions, post it in on the team page, and I will see you all later.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
night.